Okay guys, I'm back and my hair is now orange. We'll see how long that lasts. But I was in a plant group again, and someone was asking if we quarantine our plants. And I said, no, I don't quarantine, but I do a sort of protocol when I bring a new plant into the house. I don't have room to quarantine because I only have one true good window that gets enough light, especially for a freaking croton. I mean, it would turn green if it didn't have this type of light. So to preserve this, I'm gonna go ahead and do my protocol so that it can sit in the good light. I got this plant from a subscription box. I think it's called Plant House. I don't know, I got this subscription as a gift. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So the first thing I do is physically inspect the plant for any fungus, any pests, cosmetic damage. We have some here, but it's just a little fold in the leaf, so that's fine. Looks good, there's no mold on the soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump this soil into a separate container and throw it in the trash. Because if there is any lingering fungus or anything like that in the soil and you introduce it into, say, this bin of fresh soil, you might have a problem later on. The other reason I repot immediately is I need to know what the roots look like so that I can pick an appropriate pot for the plant, as well as determine how healthy it is. So yes, I completely strip the soil from the plant. Most of the plants I get are bare root, so this isn't too big of a deal. So I strip the soil away from the roots. Here they are. As you can see, not root bound at all. It was literally just the bottom of the pot where the roots were. So now that I have unpotted this, I have noticed that we have an injury here on the main stem. But there's a big gash on the main stem and it's starting to rot. So that freaking sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash the rest of the soil off the roots in fresh tap water, because I need to assess this injury. I'm glad there was a little something wrong with this plant, so this video wasn't so boring. I mean, obviously I don't want the plant to be sick, but at least this will be slightly interesting. So now that I've cleaned the wound, it may show up better, that black line there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a Q-tip with some fresh water from squirt bottle, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wipe away anything that's rotting. So I'm just taking the Q-tip and wiping there. So it looks to be pretty healed under all that rotting outer skin, so I think it's fine to pot up. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pot it anyways. I like to spray the leaves down with water and the stem, of course. So just spray, give it a little shake, and I'm gonna take a paper towel and clean the leaves. This will get any hard water spots off. If there's any lingering bacteria from the greenhouse it was grown in, or say eggs from a pest that were on another plant, you never know. So I just give everything a quick wipe. So I think that wound did clean up pretty nice. And the leaves look a lot better now that they've had a bath. So set the plant off to the side. I think I'm just gonna repot it back into the same pot, but I'm going to wash the soil from it, just in case there's any bacteria in the soil. Using a spray bottle to get the parts that are stuck onto the pot. Normally I would be doing this in a sink, but it's too dark to film there. So here I am with my butter container and a spray bottle. So I'm taking that same paper towel and wiping all that water out. So I'm going to be putting this in my standard soilless houseplant mix. This was my last video. Soilless potting media. So I'm just going to go ahead and get enough to fill the bottom. Throw this guy in there and just use the little bonsai shovel. It does take a little longer, but I spill less dirt and I don't get any soil or potting media under my nails, which is great. I was debating on whether I wanted to put this in leca or in potting media, but since it had that weird little injury on the stem, I decided to put it in potting medium because the leca having that much water around it at all times could cause it to accelerate the rot if it doesn't scab properly. And I always drop my pots to make sure that there's not air pockets in the soil, because if you have huge air pockets in the soil, you can lose roots quickly like that. And I'm just gonna mist the top of the soil instead of completely watering because the soil was already moist and we don't want to overwater this little croton, especially since it has that injury. We want to give that time to dry. So that is pretty much the extent of my little protocol for bringing new plants in. It is really important that you do pre-screen. You know, you're better off repotting, stripping of old soil. The other thing with the soil that plants come in is this right here. Look how dense this is. I should not be able to pick up a chunk of soil from a plant. Like, this is too dense. This is greenhouse soil that is used for propagating. It's meant to hold an immense amount of water so that the root buds will not dry out when they are in the process of propagating. This is not acceptable for a plant that is fully rooted like this one was to be living in. It's gonna harbor bacteria because this material is now old, and it's typically peat moss. This is 100% peat moss with a little bit of perlite thrown in for drainage. But as you can see with my mix, no chunks. So that's a good test to see if you're using a soil that is appropriate. Just at least make sure the soil does not stick together when you squeeze it. Also, this soil is super freaking wet. So here's the croton up close. This leaf's a little washed out, but this is also the one that has that little bend in it. So I'm sure I'll lose that at some point. I'll probably be filming more unboxing videos. I haven't been filming unboxings lately. I kind of fell off of you know, uploading on the channel for a while because I got really busy with school, but I think I'm back now. We have a few more subscribers too, so that's cool. At least I can say welcome back now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing me clean this Croton Petra. Luckily it had no pests, but we did encounter that little rot situation, but I think it'll be fine. You guys will probably see this in my houseplant collection tour that I'll upload eventually. I'm trying to figure out the best way to film it because I have a 130-gallon fish tank that is extremely noisy and it's pretty hard to hear what I'm saying, so it might just be video with music and voiceover together, so we'll see. I haven't done a video like that, so it would be fun to try something different. Thank you for watching.